I have a small mouth. So.
You don't have a small mouth.
I have a small tongue too.
Let's see.
As far as it goes. Like,
Yeah.
Bullshit.
No,
That's a lie.
As far as it goes.
Then open your mouth all the way so I can see.
Like the bottom, you know how like
Yeah.
that thing at the bottom of your tongue.
Oh, it's connected really far to the front.
Yeah. So as far as it goes, otherwise it starts to hurt.
Oh.
I know it's bad.
Okay.
You know
I
what's
mean,
interesting?
it's not bad.
Normally people who
They get it cut.
they'll get it cut because they have trouble pronouncing their R's.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like it could cause a speech impediment. Never thought of that, but I guess it could. You don't have one.
No, because I could say la urraca or like whatever. Like I can roll my
I
R's
wish I
easily.
could roll my
You
R's.
can't roll your R?
No, and when I try,
Let's hear it.
it sounds like a bug flying.
I mean, urraca is kind of like difficult.
Okay, so what did you say?
La urraca.
La urraca.
Yeah, urraca.
La
famosa.
urraca.
La urraca. La urraca.
Where do you put your tongue when you're trying to roll your R's?
The roof of my mouth. So I can go.
I go.
Mine won't reach though. I can't do that.
So how are you rolling your R's?
I don't know.
He brings his.
I was
mouth
just born with it.
La
Urraca.
urraca. I try to roll my R's. I really wish I could. I really wish I can make the Cardi B sound too. The I can't do that. Yes,
Yeah.
I can't do that. And if I could, I would do it all the time.
I put my tongue like right behind my two front teeth right here. That's where that's almost the only spot that touches the top of my mouth when I roll my R's.
It's not. It's not. I can't. I don't. I need my tongue to be looser, but I
Sounds
can't.
like a rattlesnake.
Okay,
When you say it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Scare some people. Go to the park. Fuck.
I'll take it. Thank you. I will take that. I saw something on Disney. I haven't watched it yet, but I don't know. Could be a podcast episode. Do you have Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Do you have Disney Plus?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how often do you guys watch your Disney Plus? Because I thought if you guys had seen it when I mentioned Disney Plus, y'all would know what I was talking about.
Honestly, I don't ever really turn on Disney Plus.
Okay.
All that often, unless I'm like trying to throw on just like a old movie or something to have as background noise, or like very recently Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah.
But other
Okay.
than
I just watch Mulan. That's about it.
Okay.
I just watch Mulan
Just
on
the
replay.
live action or the original?
No, the original.
Fuck yeah.
The cartoon one.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
It's a
that was
good movie.
I know, that was like one of my favorite movies. I love all of those songs. I sing them all the time, especially the You'll Bring Honor to Us All. I love that one. Oh my gosh, that's a
What's
good
the
one.
one when she's like working out? It's like da-na-na-na-na-na.
I'll make a
Man Out of You.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to sing that a lot in band. Whenever we would do our stretches and like our exercises in marching band in high school, we would do it to Disney music. We'd all sing, "Oh, make a man."
I bet that was great for the bullying that the people probably.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely football players were like waiting to use the field because we had to share the field whenever we were practicing on game day.
Yeah.
And they would just line up on the side and watch us, and I'd be like, yeah, wow, we never put that together until just now that, yeah, we got bullied really bad. Yeah, that makes sense, though. We're doing it right there in front of them, so of course.
You guys are like, hold on, we need a quarter of the field. You can't practice here. We're going to stretch and dance.
I know. Oh, gosh. Okay, but so on Disney, I just saw like the cover of it, and I was like, yes! It's called Trevor, the musical.
Oh my God, I fucking saw that. Yeah. I didn't actually watch the thing, but I saw that and it made me crack up.
Okay, I haven't watched it yet either, but did you read what it's about?
No. I just watched it. Not like watch it. I just like saw the thing and I instantly, me and Cass were just dying of laughter. We were like, why did it have to say Trevor?
Well, not only is it Trevor, I'm pretty sure it's like a gay kid who is trying to...
I didn't need to read it to figure that part out.
I mean, yeah, you saw the kid on the cover of it is literally like this.
Yeah.
He's like, and like you can tell that that's Trevor.
It's not like High School, musical where he's like, I'm playing basketball, but I love singing. He's like,
And there's no girls in the front of the screen. It's just him. So it's not like High School Musical with like Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens and they're like together. No, it's just this one guy.
Or whatever. Yeah.
So is it out or?
It's out. No, it's out
on Disney Plus.
And it's about, I read the description and it's like about it's about
California kid.
I'm pretty
like
sure
it's
it's
a little
about
kid, small town.
a kid who's trying to like
209.
make his dream come true, but he's also trying to just make his way in a world that's not like ready for him or something. And I was like, oh my gosh,
Just go on TikTok.
we should watch this,
I'm down.
but only with Trevor in mind.
I should have to reenact everything.
Well, I'm thinking if there are some good songs,
I could try to learn them.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the dances. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, dude, I could do a fucking dance. Just the other day, I was just like messing around. I was like, look, babe, I could have been an interpretive fucking dancer. Just because I'm like flexible, so I'll just kick my leg high and be like, I could dance. I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does Cass say?
Cass says sure and laughs and says, nah. But it's funny because then there are other times where she's like, yeah, probably.
Oh, okay.
Like I remember, I think it was the weight training coach in high school, like for like PE or whatever. I think he saw the picture of me in the paper where I was like doing like the complete splits. And I mean like that was back when I was, playing first base a lot. So like I was both legs fully on the ground.
Yeah.
Like really bad. And he was like, you picked the wrong thing. He was like, you should have been a cheerleader. You could be going literally any college.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Male
And I was like, yeah,
cheerleader?
probably. Because they're in short supply.
I used to work with a guy whose son was in baseball and he was actually pretty good. He was on not only on his high school team, but on like a competitive team.
Yeah, like travel ball.
Yeah. So he was really good and he was a pitcher. And so that's like a really key position. That's good. But he also had daughters that were in cheer. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You know how parents get like too involved and you're like, why?
Yeah.
He could have just been a great dad. But he, instead of the mom, would take the daughters to like all of the cheer competitions, would do all of their hair, even their friends' hair, would do their friends' makeup, help them get dressed.
That's where I
draw the line. I was like,
yeah.
I don't know if you need to
like,
help
if
them
you
get in their cheer uniforms.
don't need to do
They're in high school. They know how to dress themselves.
Okay. See, I was
yeah.
picturing like younger.
No,
To where I was
high
like,
school.
Maybe they're 6, they're just fucking.
Even then, that makes it worse.
It is weird, but like sometimes it's you're trying to corral your fucking 6-year-old. You're like, get your fucking cheer
Yes.
outfit on. We got to leave in 5 minutes. What the heck?
Yeah.
But like to do that, yes, with other people's kids, totally off
That's
the
their
board.
kid.
But also,
Yeah.
at high school level, that's kind of weird. It's like you're super dad up until you start helping them get dressed. Then you're a creeper.
Well, and the only reason why I was like, oh gosh, I feel like this guy might be kind of a creep is because this was also a guy who we would go to lunch together. We only ever did it one time because I was like, yeah, sure, let's go to lunch. Let's go to Chili's. And then when we were there,
It was just the two of you.
yeah, it was just the two of us, which I was fine with because I was like, yeah, we're coworkers. I go out to eat with, other coworkers all the time. It's fine. But then he started talking about how unhappy his marriage was and how his wife is kind of at the point where they're like, well, I'm not getting a divorce, so just do whatever makes you happy. And then he just kind of looked at me and I was like, cool.
Coming to Chili's is cool.
Cool.
You were like, yeah, I think I'm going to get the sliders.
I did.
yeah.
They were really good. I was just so uncomfortable. So then when he was telling me about how he was really good at doing hair, and I was like, oh yeah? And he said, yeah, I mean, I had to because all those girls in cheer, they would just line up. They only wanted me to do their hair. And I was like,
Yeah, he was probably gay or something.
okay.
Yeah, that's just a little.
So what creepy things have your coworkers said to you guys on lunch?
I've never had anybody say really anything creepy like that.
Are you sure? You sure you never had someone do something creepy to you, Juan?
I mean,
Creepiest workplace encounters, because I have quite a list, and I'm
Mine
going to be
would-
very sad.
See, mine not really like once I got like out of college and stuff, like in like the the adult like professional world, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of weird stuff when I would deliver Chinese food, but that's kind of a given. Like I'm going to people's houses. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna see some weird stuff.
But like anybody that you delivered to, were they like, oh, you should come in?
Yeah, I would go in. Sometimes they'd give
What?
me some food. Yeah.
Trevor, you shouldn't go into people's houses. You don't know.
I wouldn't go in if I didn't look at them and be like, you know what, it's okay. Like I would.
You did an ocular pat down.
Yeah.
Ocular pat down.
Oh
my
I'd be like,
God.
okay, it's okay. Because sometimes like they'd be like, oh, like just come in real quick, and they would ask me like, what's this? What is it? They'd be like, I just started ordering stuff that sounds good, but they don't, it's their first time ordering or whatever. So I'd be like, oh, that's the, Mongolian beef or whatever. Sometimes,
Okay.
I remember one time this guy was like, you want to watch the game a bit? Like have some food? And it was like him and his wife. And I was like, I think they're trying to get me to have a threesome. And I was like, I gotta. They were like way far out though. So I was like, I gotta head back. I never was in any situation where I felt like I was in danger. I would say maybe one time, but that was just because I literally saw someone sniff something off of like the hood of a car in the garage.
Holy shit.
Like,
yep,
yeah.
that'll do it.
Yeah. So like I didn't, other than it just made me feel uneasy.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily like, oh, they're looking like they're going to beat me up. Like it looked like they were just like, fuck, Chinese is here too early. Fuck.
Oh, God.
And I was just like, ooh,
Hi.
Or these one people.
He reparked his car.
Yeah.
Back it up. And then bring
Just
it
turn
back in.
around and...
There was one people, they would always be in their garage. And
that's me.
They would just be sitting. They have
Yeah, you hang out in your garage?
couch and TV and everything.
Yeah.
They would always invite me to sit down, and I would watch the game with them, probably for like 10, 15 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd just be chilling. They wouldn't ever offer me any food or anything, but they'd be like, you just want to sit for a minute? Like, you're probably working hard. And I'd be like, hardly working, but yeah, I'll still hardly work some more.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
At my first job, I had a coworker who worked in the bakery. So obviously I visited a lot because I liked baked goods. I like bread. I like sweets. I like it all. Keep in mind, I said this is first job. So I am 16.
Okay.
Then, of course, rumors start going around the restaurant that the baker has a thing for me. To which my naive mind, I'm like, oh, okay. He doesn't know I'm 16. I just look hella old and really mature.
I'm just mature.
Yeah. So after work one day, we're closing. And when you work in a restaurant, you're there till 2 or 3 in the morning, cleaning, doing all that stuff.
Man, you're slow. You're there till 2 in the morning.
Well, we close at midnight.
Still.
Yeah. When management doesn't let you start close procedures until everybody's gone and the doors are locked, there are sometimes we could not start close procedures until 1 o'clock in the morning because we would lock the doors so people couldn't come in, but our managers would still let people order full on meals. They would make the cooks start taking the prep stuff back out. Like there was they were not friendly to the staff. They were about money.
Left. Early.
Continue.
Well, so the baker is, I'm very confused why the baker is there because normally the bakery is the first thing that's shut down. They're like never there past midnight because you don't have to do anything. You clean your stuff and you leave.
Yeah.
He was still there. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Maybe he's like waiting for someone.
Yeah.
He was. It was me.
Yeah.
He asked me out.
How old is he?
34.
Nice.
And I said, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, this is embarrassing. I'm only 16. I'll wait for you. That was his fucking response to me. I'll wait for you. And I was like, no, thank you. That's not what I meant. It was so uncomfortable.
You're like, it might be legal in 2 years, but I still think it's
But
weird.
I know. I was like, I just didn't want to.
We should have left them waiting, though. You should have been like, oh, yeah, 10 years from now. And then.
I didn't want to say no because I was too polite. Oh, girls should be nice. So I was like, oh, I'm just too young. Thinking he would get that he's being a fucking creep. And he's like, well, I'll just wait for you.
I'm telling my daughter, if anyone ever does that, swift kick in the dick.
Yeah, that's really just what I should have done.
And you're running. You're running out of there. You're calling me, and I'm going to come down and probably murder that guy with my bare hands. I'll fucking choke him with some of his own dough or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've also had coworkers ask me if my boobs are real. Male coworkers like within the first week of me working there. Ask me if my boobs are real.
That's, yeah.
I've also
Pretty normal,
had
probably. At a restaurant
no.
or anywhere?
This was, I don't want to say the company, but
Okay,
this
but it
was,
wasn't a
Just
restaurant.
bleep it out.
this was a, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happened also there where that happened.
So what did they just like throw it out there? Like there's like, hey,
I
how's
literally-
your morning going? Are your tits real?
I will show literally the conversation was at the end of the day, I had to go out into the shop and I had to go to all of the departments and ask them what they had finished working that day. And then I would know those are the things that I was going to invoice for the next day. So I had to get all the paperwork ready. So I walk outside to the pump motor valve station and I just go straight to the clipboard with all of the numbers on it. I don't need to like talk to anybody. I'm just like, oh, okay, writing it down. Again, I swear to God, this was like maybe my second day. And the guy just walks up next to me and he's like, hey, what's your name? And he said, oh, hey, you must be Haylie, right? And I said, yeah, I'm Haylie. And he was like, oh, that's cool. Where do you live? And I was like, I mean, I'm from around here. I live in Oklahoma City. And he was like, oh, that's cool. I'm in Piedmont. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And he was like, are your tits real? And I was like, what? And he said, I'm just kidding. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, some guys just don't know what to say.
Were they like assembly line type workers?
They don't have any type of game.
You said they were in like manufacturing essentially?
Yes, but that same person later got promoted to manager while I was still there.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's
Maybe for
okay,
asking
but
those
it's
random
kind of like-
questions.
Yeah. I was like, it's kind of expected a lot of times. A lot of times when you work in the shop, they're like, it's locker room talk. Or
Right.
I'm like,
Right. So like, that's why I didn't say anything. Yeah. I didn't report it because I was like, oh, it's fine. It's just, that's what everybody said.
Plus
that
at your
this is
second
just,
day,
this
you're
is
like,
just what I'm supposed to deal with. And then of course, that's also the same job where the engineer there sexually assaulted me.
You gotta stop being nice.
That was my
Spit
dad's
kick in the
response to
dick.
me when I told my dad that I was assaulted at work. He said, well, what was your behavior? Were you encouraging it?
Were you encouraging it?
Yeah.
No, I was trying to get a clipboard.
He was married with three children. No, I was not.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't even, that should never be your first question.
Yeah.
Never be your first question. But anyways, so yeah, that happened. And then when that happened, I had a female coworker at that workplace come over to me because she obviously found out what happened. She was the head of HR. She was also the nosiest woman at the company.
That's who you want as the head of HR, though. That's someone
Yeah.
who in HR is going to
You're
do
right.
their job.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
in HR who's like, no, I don't hear nothing, but someone who's like, I fucking hear everything.
That's true. That is true. She came up to me afterwards and said that I was lucky to grow up in the time that I do. Because she was like, if that happened to me, they wouldn't have cared. They wouldn't have fired him.
You're like, he's a manager.
And I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that.
That's one thing that I
Okay, sorry. I didn't assault you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry you were born before me. That's one thing I hate is they're like, well, we had to deal with this back in the day. I'm like, well, that's the point, right? Is you want to like make it a better place
Make it
for like
better.
every generation. So it's like, just because I'm saying we have problems now, I'm not saying it's as bad as it was in the 70s.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm like,
Because
no, there's
I-
just still shit to work on. It's
Because
fine.
even though the HR lady was very like, you're lucky that you're, born in the time that you were.
Yeah.
I will say when I told my direct supervisor, hey, the engineer just sexually assaulted me. She was immediately like, not okay, not happening. And she went and talked to the CEO. They immediately talked to him. I will say to his credit, when he walked into the office, and he saw the CEO, they were really good friends. So he was just like, hey, what's up? And then I guess my supervisor was waiting behind the door. And so she shuts it. And then when he turned around and saw her, he turned right back around to the boss and said, whatever Haylie said happened is what happened.
Props to him for.
So I will say props to him for not
trying to be like, no, she's a liar. Like, I
right.
didn't do anything.
Because it literally happened. We were the first two people in the building. We were the only ones there. And I was in his office alone. It was horrendous. It was definitely a horror story. But so I was very grateful that they were like immediately like, yeah, no, he's not here anymore. I was like, oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
horrible what he did, but at least he was immediately like, I take responsibility. It's
Yes.
true. I understand.
Yes, because I was so anxious that he's going to come back and be like, no, that's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
And then,
the CEO's his buddies.
Yep.
And you're like, fuck.
yep.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, he knew if his buddy was lying or not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
And the CEO was a very Christian man. And so like his values were definitely Christian values. And so like none of the shop guys ever heard the way that they would, like when the CEO was out there, the shop guys would never say things to me like that they normally would. Right.
Hello there, ma'am.
Because like literally the CEO would take turns inviting people that worked there to the Christian membership business society. And we would have, they have like a Christian meeting breakfast once a month. And so he would take turns taking employees to that. So he was like very Christian. So he as soon as he found out, he was like, yeah, no, we don't put up with that. And I want you to feel safe here. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks.
That's cool.
Nice.
But so, yeah.
It's interesting what you said though. You're like, well, it's his buddy, so he would know whether or not it would.
Yeah.
Because like if it's your
that's a
buddy
good
and you hear
I
something,
bet he would have.
yeah, like anybody at any time could do something to surprise people. But like for the most part, if you know someone and you hear something, and you're like really close with them, most of the time you're like, yeah, that lines up, or like and if it doesn't, not that it didn't happen, but like you're like, oh well, I wonder why he would do it, or whatever.
And and of course I did blame myself. I was like, oh, well, I was way too nice to him. I was way too friendly. Because there were times when he would say things very suggestive to me, but I wouldn't acknowledge it because he spoke with a really broken accent. So I thought he just doesn't understand what he's saying. His English isn't that great.
Yeah.
He could understand 100% of what he was saying.
Yeah.
And I just...
He's like, no,
once you have bad intentions, you're just going to push the limit to that.
Yeah, definitely.
Where's that line? Can I go here? Okay, can I go
you
further?
just keep pushing it.
Go a little further.
Yes, yeah. But, oh God, icing on top of the cake, it happened on Christmas Eve.
I feel like that's where a lot of workplace assault stuff happens.
I felt terrible. Because I was like, tomorrow is Christmas and his sons are going to wake up and like their dad's not going to have a job.
Well,
at least
he planned on that
already.
pretty much.
Oh yeah. And that's exactly what like my friends that I worked with, I didn't tell a whole lot. I think I only told 2 people that I worked with there that what had happened, because everybody saw he was gone and they were like, oh my gosh, what happened? He was our only engineer. Now he's gone. And nobody, I didn't want a whole bunch of men finding out that, oh, Haylie was assaulted and Haylie told. Like that's not everybody was going to start treating me differently.
Yeah.
So they should.
Yeah. What happened is.
Yeah. I just, I didn't want to be seen as a victim. I don't want to be,
nice.
I don't want to be, I was just, I would have been embarrassed. I think if everybody knew what had happened, it's very embarrassing. And,
I think you just stood up for yourself. So like, I don't see that embarrassing.
I was going to say you shouldn't be, embarrassed. It's more probably like nerve wracking, and especially because you already have like some social anxieties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that idea of like, oh man, everybody's watching, everybody knows is
probably not really,
but I wouldn't call it embarrassing.
Yeah. But the two people that I told, they were the ones that I was crying because I felt so bad for his kids, and they were like, he did it to himself. And I was like, oh, okay.
And also, if it was
you should have
Christmas
thought
Eve,
twice before doing that.
I know. And he's married.
If you're feeling bad for his kids, it's Christmas Eve. He's already got the gifts. So
that's true.
It's next year.
It's next year.
Hopefully they don't have a birthday in January or something. But other than that.
Was it like the 31st or New Year's? Because some babies are born in New Year's.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that would suck.
His son's like, it's Christmas and my birthday. And he's like, well, you only get one. I don't care what you say.
It's a 2-for-1 deal this year.
Gosh.
I always felt bad for like babies born around Christmas that time, because there are a lot of people that'll do that. They'll be like, it's 2
for 1. I feel so bad for those kids.
I'm like, just say 1 is 1, and then say, get him the big thing for his birthday so it feels special, and then Christmas, just get him a T-shirt.
Well, it's also like, when the baby was born, like that hospital was up and running on Christmas night. So
Yeah.
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 I feel like all the good doctors take off.
Yeah.
They have all the apprentices
Like
or
on
whatever.
Christmas time, it's all the interns. This is our
Yeah.
PT.
Or it's the really, really good doctors who are so good at their job, they drove their families away and now they're all alone. So they just want to work on the holidays.
Yeah, like
It's literally the extremes.
It's either brand new people, first day, you do Christmas,
Yeah.
or yeah.
it's the guy that took off a whole month before Christmas.
Yeah. Could be that too. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, Christmas is pretty slow, 2 babies, it's all right.
See, if I was a nurse or like a doctor or something, I would want the night shift. My friend's mom was like the head nurse for the night shift.
Yeah.
She was making like 6-figure salary. And she basically was like, yeah, I pretty much just online shop. She's like, everybody's asleep. So there's not really a lot to do. You know, especially for her being the head nurse. She's like, as long as my people make their rounds and everyone's safe, every once in a while, obviously there's going to be an emergency or something. But
Or run away.
yeah, but like other than that, she was like, I literally am like playing Candy Crush and like online shopping for like 9 hours. And she, she's working in the middle of the night. So she would just go home, go to bed, and then she would just show up, after school to the baseball game, already in her nurse stuff ready to go. Because in the, middle of the game or right after it, she'd be like, all right, heading out to the hospital. I'll see you guys later. And then she had to go into the bay. But because she worked the night shift, no traffic or anything. So she never dealt with it. She said even
when she was coming home in the morning?
Because she would be going the opposite way. She'd be coming out of the bay.
Duh.
Everybody's trying to go in. Yeah.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of gangster. She kind of has the perfect setup with that.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
She was actually, my grandpa passed away at the hospital she worked at.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. And then when we were there, when he was dying, I saw her.
Yeah.
And, we had already been there. It was a really long
Process.
took him a while. So I had already been there for like a couple of
He
hours.
was kind of an
and stuff
attention
like
whore at the end. That's what we're saying.
A little bit.
Did he ask her, are those the real or whatever?
Are your tits real? I don't know, man. He probably got close to some titties. He didn't have legs.
Probably.
At the end, so, people had to like help him up because he had diabetes, so they had to take his legs and stuff. So he's like trying to help up. God, I fucking hope not. Some of his friends, I think, definitely would have. I think there's one person I know that probably would have drawn that question. But I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I saw her like literally the night of his passing.
Oh.
And so like I walk up to like the desk and I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, what are you doing here? Now I literally my response was because very emotional night, all this stuff. I was like, oh, my grandpa's the one dying in room 10, and she was like, Oh,
I should have tried harder.
Yeah, she was like she knew him from all of the stuff, but I don't think because for the most part he didn't really have problems at night or anything. So I don't think she ever like as the head nurse had to like go in the room and like she wouldn't recognize his name because it was my mom's dad. So it was
Different last name.
Yeah. So she was just like, oh. So but it was kind of funny because I just saw her like, oh my god, like Trevor, what are you doing here?
Like, I got a job
She gets
here.
all like bright and happy, and she's like, it's Trevor.
Yeah, she's like, I wonder why he's here. Who's at the hospital?
Trevor.
Yeah,
the musical.
I just
I'm
break
so
out.
excited. I'm telling you, if Trevor does not find his true love named Juan in that movie, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to write a fucking letter. It has to be.
That's your guess.
It has to
It's gonna be
be.
a white guy named John, and you're gonna be like, look, you as Disney need to be more inclusive.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Honestly, I was surprised to see
A Tyler.
something
He's gonna
about
find a Tyler.
something about a gay teen on Disney. I was really surprised.
It's Disney.
Well, didn't they just
There-
make a
I
Buzz
thought-
Lightyear movie?
Yeah, They made Buzz gay.
I think it was 2 girls. That's what it was.
Oh, was it 2
That
girls?
was the whole debate.
There's a gay scene in Buzz Lightyear, and people are freaking out about it.
Yeah.
I guess the last thing I had heard about Disney in regards to like homosexuality is people were hypothesizing that in the new Beauty and the Beast, they had made Gaston's little sidekick gay.
Okay.
And
He's not gay in the anime.
And I thought Disney came out like emphatically and was like, no, we didn't do that. No, he's not gay.
Well, I mean, Walt Disney was a fucking known anti-Semite.
So that's why I was thinking maybe they wouldn't be. Well, I mean, you have to change with the times. You have to change with the times if you're going to keep your company going.
What?
Oh, I thought you were about to say something, so I was like letting you go. I was going to say at least
mean to say about gay people. Say
No.
Disney was
but
right.
I think
Florida.
what you're saying might be like correct. Where I think in the original one he wasn't
Right.
gay, but I think in the remake and the live action,
They like have him kiss a boy.
yeah, I think
Or something, but it's like it is one of those. It's kind of a Disney quirky, like everybody's fighting, everybody's kind of being
like everybody should be happy together. Or something.
yeah. So it was kind of like one of those goofy, like, oh, is it a real kiss or is it not?
Is it a a fucking French hello, or is it a
Yes. By the way, do you know what what's it called? Like, you know how you do, okay, so you know how there's an Irish goodbye?
I don't know what an Irish goodbye is.
You don't know what an Irish goodbye is?
No.
I know an Irish bomb.
An Irish
The
goodbye.
drink.
Yeah, I know. I was about to be like, is it they just hand you a shot of whiskey before you get in your car or something?
No, an Irish goodbye is whenever you leave a party without saying goodbye to anybody because you don't want to deal with saying goodbye to people.
Oh, that's what I do all the time.
Yeah, I do that all the
Yeah.
time. Irish goodbyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, all the time. When I decide that I'm done,
Yeah.
I just leave. Yeah.
I thought I was just being rude.
Yeah.
Now I got a name for it.
No,
No,
you
now
got
you're
a name
just
for it.
you're like, I'm just being Irish.
Yeah, you're just doing an Irish goodbye. They don't like to say goodbyes. They don't like to deal with the whole like, oh no, stay, please hang out more. No, fuck you. I want to leave.
I want an Irish funeral. You just get fucking hammered.
Yeah.
Like they're like, you have
The thing is, you got to request it before you leave. That's the problem.
yeah. I think it's like you have like an open casket.
Oh yeah.
And then everybody just parties around you.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah,
be
but
dope.
like the thing is, if
I
you
mean, you don't need to leave it open.
I don't
though.
like open
Just
caskets.
because people
You
do.
can burn me and put me in an urn or whatever. Just party around the urn.
People
it
look
depends how
so
you go.
different. People look so different in open caskets. Even if you die naturally, I mean, they suck all the fluid out of you and then they fill you up with like a replacement. And like even their
do up your
faces,
makeup
they
and stuff.
don't
I
look
don't
the same. They don't look the same.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Well, that's why they got a nice picture of you right there.
right there. Like this is what
Look at
she
the
did look
picture,
like.
yeah.
Well, that's like
Just put the picture over my face.
Theo Vaughn had a mortician on his podcast, and one of the
Yeah?
questions he asked him, he was like, basically, if a woman's tits are fake, he was like, do you?
Oh, yeah, do you have to take 'em
in the
out?
process? And he was like, and the mortician's response was, no, they paid good money for them. We got to show them off.
Oh, yay.
Put a crop top.
Fuck yes. Show those bitches off. I love it.
Fucking the open casket. She's on a.
Well, see, those don't change though.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Those don't.
They look the same.
One, I've only ever seen really faces look different because I've never looked at like a dead naked body.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to, but now I want to know, like, would mine look different? Would they be deflated?
The next time,
Because mine are real.
the next time you're at an open casket, you're just like, let me check them titties real quick.
Yeah.
What size cup is she?
Like all this, you guys come up to my casket and you take out an old bra of mine and you're like, okay. And you set it on top just to make sure they filled it up to the right specs. And nope, redo it. This left one needs more air or what?
She used to be a cup size bigger than this. This is
You
ridiculous
suck
what
too
she
much
used to-
liquid out of them.
But that, yeah. What if it's like, just,
Because if that's the same thing, I have family members that have very blessed, delicious asses. I didn't get one. I really wish I had. But so like, are their asses going to look less plump?
yeah, when they suck everything out, is just like the tits in the ass first. It's just,
Oh,
It's all the fat.
I hope not. Do you think your guys' dick shrivels up? Your balls shrivel when they...
That's probably why they cover the bottom half of your body on this casket. I don't think we want to know that.
thing too.
I don't know.
You get shorter because they suck so much out
Yeah.
of it.
What is it? Like within the first 30 minutes of you guys dying, I could harvest sperm from you that would work and I could impregnate someone. If I get to your body within 30 minutes, that's insane.
That sounds about right.
That's so crazy.
That's so you get a reaction out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the anal probes.
Oh,
What if you
okay,
fucking? What if someone did that and then like came?
No,
like,
people have done that.
and then come and contest the will. Oh. And they're like, "Well, I'm about to father his child."
Oh,
Like,
shit.
Look, it's right here. Just
Yeah.
eat it.
Oh, shit. Shit. Yeah, that could get like drama heavy real
Like,
quick. I
like
was just...
imagine some sugar, some like.
That's
fucking-
what we're doing next. We're looking for some rich guys.
Yeah. Some sugar baby. Her husband dies of old age.
Yeah.
She's like 30, and she's like, "Man, didn't have his kid yet. It wasn't working. Maybe I could fucking get in there, grab those last little overtime workers, and fucking put them in there."
Yes. Well, there have been, and the only reason I know that is because I saw a story about a woman that did that. But like it was according to her and the husband had agreed on it. That like they had always wanted to have children, but now he was going to die.
How do you go about that?
There's an anal probe.
It's an anal probe?
Yeah, that has a little like electric thingy at the top, and it basically just shocks your guys' prostate, which makes you come.
Interesting.
Because that's your guys' G-spot.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, but it goes through the behind.
Yeah.
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 Man. Can you imagine like being like, oh man, you know, you're at the pearly gates. What's she doing with my body? She's sticking that in my. Oh my God! Whoa!
Do that again. Give me 5 minutes to reload.
Lord, can you send me back down? I've never come that hard.
What? Bitch didn't try that when I was alive. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like this greedy whore.
She just wanted my sperm. Yeah, no. I saw a story about that, and I was like,
That's like the doctor on Netflix. You watch that one? I can't remember what it's called, but it's like he was an OBGYN, and when people wanted to be like artificially inseminated or whatever, where it would be like, you know, like the husband would go and like jerk off in a cup, and then they would use that.
Yeah.
Well, the doctor would go and jerk off in a cup.
what?
And then he would use that.
No.
And he kept... He did it for like years and years and years, and it came about how last time we were talking about ancestry, DNA, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
you find a
shit.
family. So they found, and it was like he came out and he said, you know, oh, I only did it a couple of times when the sperm wasn't viable because I wanted it to work out and stuff like that. And he's like, but like he sat them all. He would like go and like it was like 10, 12 kids. Or well, like they're adults now, and they sat down at like a table and they wanted to talk to him about it. And whenever someone wanted to talk to him about it, he would like show up with his, you know, gun, and he'd kind of like lift his shirt up so you could see that he was fucking packing heat.
What a
all this weird
dick.
stuff. And he would literally be like, "You're not gonna say anything. I promise it was only you guys because it's viable." Blah, blah, blah. And like they're still finding more kids today. And by the end of the movie, I think it was like, spoiler alert, it's been out for a while. It's like 96.
96?
Here's the worst part.
That's not the worst.
Here's the
He
worst
sounds
part.
like a dick.
One of his kids.
Is a serial killer.
One of his kids was a patient of his. Like, grew up, and he's the local OBGYN. Oh. So he's like, oh, her mom came. You know, he probably did it hundreds and hundreds of times. So maybe he could be like, I did it so much, I don't even remember. I remember that was a patient. But like, yeah, so he would do breast exams and like regular OBGYN stuff to his daughter.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that he stayed in the same town, that's,
Yeah.
He could have just left.
Yeah. So now a lot of people like in that town, they're like, I'm fucking worried.
Damn.
I could have like banged my half sister in high school or something and not even
For real.
about that.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. I thought that's where it was going to go whenever you said then he saw his daughter and then inseminated his daughter, and I was going to be like, "Oh my gosh, all the fucking incest." Oh gosh, that's
Pretty bad.
There's another story I read about that.
Man.
I think it might have been not like about him specifically, but it was like this guy, he never knew his parents. He was abandoned as a baby. And then, met his wife, and they are like in their 40s or 50s, and they have like 3 kids and stuff, and they did the ancestry DNA. Mm-hmm. They're half siblings. His dad.
Fuck.
Yeah. And they stayed together because they're like, well, I love you. Like,
Yeah.
we've gone through our life. Like, what kind of our kids are fine. You know, they didn't come out all messed up or whatever. And I was like, I don't know if I could, like, even if I, like, if that came out and it was like, you know, me and Cass, I love her to death, but I don't think I could be like, yeah, let's continue this
You don't have kids yet.
relationship. Yeah. That's,
'Cause
I was going to say, but if you were married with children,
How do you explain that to
yeah,
them?
but still, then the next time you're going to get fucking sexy, you're thinking about, we came from half the same person. That's what I'm saying is like, I don't know. Sure, I'd be like, well, we have kids. I love you to death, but I don't think I could fucking like have sex.
I don't think
You
I
know
could
what
get
mean?
it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you really think
It would
you
just
could get
mentally
ready for
be
that
too
If
much.
you found out fucking Ben was your half brother. Yeah. Or
I
like
think that's
Jack
impossible to
was your-
prove right now.
Yeah.
Well, for me and Jackie, impossible to prove.
Impossible to prove.
We're two different ethnicities. Like this far.
I know.
Yeah, they're on opposite ends of the earth.
I don't know. But you've seen some people that are like, wow, you look white. And they're like four different things.
That's true, man. Some people,
People
interracial
people
couples
look
will
different.
have a baby,
No, I
and
know,
one of them's a ginger, and one of them's just black.
I
They're both black. Sorry, guys. Cancel culture or whatever. But
I heard a story kind of similar to that. Of course, it was worse because they were full on brother and sister. And then the sister was kind of like horrified. She was like, well, I mean, I've spent my whole life with you. I do love you. Maybe we can make this work. I don't know. And then the brother was like, we can definitely make it work because I've known the whole time we were related. And then the sister was like, nope, I'm out. Yeah. Apparently he knew the whole time that they were related.
That's pretty bad.
But I mean, I've read studies that say technically there's so many of us and we've, just bred that technically a brother and sister could now reproduce, and there's like a 90% chance that your baby will be completely fine.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because our bloodlines are so diluted now, but still.
So how many generations of inbreeding do you think it would take before it's like, yeah, it's a 90% chance your kid is gonna come out looking like fucking an ogre?
I'd say 2.
2?
Like I'd say if a brother and sister fucking have a boy and a girl, and then if they fucking have a boy and a girl, I bet that baby's fucked up.
Let's fucking science, get on this. What the hell?
I'm sure that's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's like.
And the government
Did
doesn't
you
want
know-
us to find out.
Did you know that there's a thing called a double first cousin?
Sure there is.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know this. Okay, but because there are some states, in most states, shockingly, well, in most
Shocking.
No, not really. In most states, you can sleep with your first cousin. In most states, you can. But
Let me guess. The coasts kind of have it where they're like, no, that's illegal. And as you get further inland, they're
are you kidding me?
Like
California, you can marry and fuck your first cousin. Same in New York. Same in New York.
There you go. We got enough people in both of those places. It's fine.
It's fine.
We're assuming you're not going to fuck your cousin when there's 40.
There's so many people. But there was one state that said they will, and I think it was like Missouri, but they said that they would let first cousins marry as long as they weren't double first cousins. And I was like, what's a double first cousin?
How do you prove that?
A double first cousin is if 2 members of one family marry 2 other members of the same other family, and then they have kids. Those kids are first cousins because you've got the same set of grandparents. So like if me and my sister married you and your brother, our kids would be double first cousins.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Double first.
Because not only am I the aunt to your child by marriage, I'm the aunt to your child by blood because you're married to my sister.
Yeah.
So it's like, double cousins. I didn't know that was a thing.
So you can't keep it all in the family anymore?
Apparently not in Missouri. They say just regular first cousins, no double first cousins.
As long as one of you is by marriage, it's cool.
Yeah.
But we're not going to keep any record of it, so just do whatever.
Yeah, but we're Missouri. It's all papers.
I was going to say, but if you just apply, like is part of the process for applying for a marriage, do they do like a background check and see who you're related to? Is that what they're checking for? I
they
don't
only
think
cared
so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's not going to be a record for it, I don't think.
I think that's just probably, it would be one of those situations where it was like, if you know any reason why these 2 should not be wed, speak now or forever hold your peace. And if someone says they're first cousins and it's a state where they're not allowed to marry, then I bet the officiant has to take that into consideration maybe. What a dick.
I couldn't imagine being.
You just go tell on your cousin.
You're like, does anybody object, to this marriage? And
They're
like,
first cousins.
That's my sister.
Well.
Do I continue?
Yeah, you're like, you kind of look at the both of them like, are we going forward with this? Really?
You guys are paying me.
Yeah. I'm getting paid either way. I showed up.
Yeah.
Also, I had a question. Have you and Jackie sent out wedding invitations yet?
No.
No? Mm-hmm. Dang. Today was National Wedding Invitation Day. That would have been
really?
That would have been ironic. I looked.
Could have got a deal on something.
I looked to see if there were deals, because if there were deals, I was gonna hit you up. No deals. There's no wedding company that's like, yeah, we'll give you a deal.
They're
for
always
no reason.
Oh, it's a wedding. It's plus 300% of our normal price.
They
Yes,
shut down that day though.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
nobody orders.
Yeah.
No, I'm not focusing on that until I come back from vacation. Like
Which is at the end of July? No.
It'll be August. Right? We'll come back August.
Where you guys going again?
Florida, Jacksonville.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Oh,
I rented a car. That's all I know. That was my responsibility. Rent a car and then.
Is it just you and Jackie?
No, it's her sister and her like her family, like her sister's family.
Oh, very cool. Okay, so like a little family vacation.
You guys are
I
going
like
to visit
that.
her uncle, right? Is it
Her brother.
her brother? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like he lives there, so like we're gonna have to go see him. But like, it's kind of like for us too.
Yeah, I mean, you'll do Florida stuff. Go to the beach.
Yeah. So they're saying Daytona Beach, which is like I guess an hour away from there. So we'll do that, and then I don't know, we'll just fine. Yeah, you know,
it's gonna be fucking.
You can also check out the raceway.
Oh yeah, Daytona
Most
500.
white trash.
I know, but that's the thing is like I don't belong there, so I'm like I don't think I should show up.
I was gonna say, but I've been, and I was like,
Did you like it?
yes.
Gotta find a white person, make friends with them, and then
yes.
you're good to go.
I went there when I was like 10. Yes, all the super loud cars, and they gave me the really big set of headphones that like didn't fit, and I was just like, this is great. Because my uncle was actually in. He was in a division of NASCAR. I don't know which one, but like he raced professionally.
Yeah.
So he was a driver.
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
minor
he
leagues
was. Till he crashed, broke both his legs.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. And then he,
They go like 200 miles per hour.
and then for some reason, with both broken legs, he was one of the people that came to pick me up from the airport when I got to Georgia for the summer. So then I had to like wheel him through the airport. And if you guys, you've been to the Atlanta airport, right? No, have you?
I'll tell you when I go 2 weeks from now.
Okay, so under the airport, they have a subway, like a train that takes you to the airport, and
To
then
the different terminals and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like Denver's.
Yeah. And then they have another train that takes you actually out of the airport, and it takes you to several like really close nearby stations. Yeah, so you could just have a car pick you up away from the airport, and it's really nice. But those trains are hella fast.
Yes, they
like
are.
the weight moves. Yeah. And so I'm like,
so you have to hold on to the train.
I swear I was like 11 and I was like, no, I got it. And I was like, just,
you were just like,
yeah. And
every time it stopped.
Yes. Every time it sped up, it would like, he would run me over. And then when we stopped, I'd have to hold on to him so that he didn't run over my sister. It was
those
basically
things are
pushing
dangerous.
and pulling sleds. Fucking leg workout.
Yes. And he was like, yeah, so happy you're here. Happy to see you. And I'm like, yeah, I could have seen you at your house. Yeah. You didn't need to come here.
Like,
this
you
is
got
cool,
brakes
though.
on this thing? What the fuck?
I get that you have nothing to do now because you have 2 broken legs, but
nobody wants to hire you.
Yeah, they're probably like, we could go get Haylie. He's like, I can fucking do it.
Yeah. He was like, no, it'll be fun. Bonding experience.
She can roll me down a hill.
I was like, well, and he was in a fucking wheelchair. So when we came to the escalator, motherfucker couldn't take an escalator. So guess who had to get in the fucking elevator? Yeah. And a creepy ass airport elevator. I was like, do you think you go and I'll take the escalator and I'll meet you up there.
Yeah. You don't have broken arms, right? You can roll that thing.
Right. He's a grown ass man.
Push him in, though, like,
you can protect yourself.
Push him in, push the button, and run out.
Yeah. He was like, nah, I'm not gonna leave a young girl. I'm not gonna leave a young girl walking around a airport. And I was like, my dad does it all the time. He never meets me at the gate. The fact that you're here is shocking.
It's more work.
He usually has me walk out to the parking lot after I've already gone to the subway to this other fucking station.
He's like, I'm in parking lot spot 25. Come find me.
Hold on, I'm at fucking McDonald's. I'm getting something.
Yes.
Can I borrow $20 so I can buy something? Like,
yes.
That is one thing I really like about the San Francisco airport. At least like when you have to go pick someone up, the exit right beforehand, there's like a big gas station and like an In-N-Out and stuff.
That's nice.
You'll literally just see people waiting to get they just go, they park, and they're just chilling, waiting to get that, oh, I landed text, and then you can,
Heck
go.
yeah. That's convenient.
It's literally like right next to it.
That's convenient.
It's really nice.
So there is something that's like right next to the Atlanta airport. There's like when you're turning, it's a really long, dark, like windy road to get to the highway that takes you to the airport. But when you get there, I don't know if it's still going to be there anymore, but like on the left side of the highway when you're making a really dark turn should be one of my flip-flops. I don't know if it's still there, but if you find it, it's yours.
Yeah, I'm just going to step out of the airport, flip-flop, go back through
Haylie's flip.
TSA.
This homeless guy's like, I found something the other day. It's a little small.
It's mine. That's how they would react. They're very
smells like
territorial. Oh my God. God.
It's in a glass box.
It's in a glass.
He's like, you got to
It's well
Cinderella it, bring her
preserved.
over here, and we'll see if it fits her foot. If it doesn't,
Like Cinderella.
keeping it.
Do you know how many, because also it was like one of the days this week, it was like World Snake Day or something. Snake Appreciation Day.
Oh, wow.
Do you know how many different kinds of snakes? Like the number, if you're going to guess how many numbers of snakes Oklahoma has.
Oh, just Oklahoma?
Just Oklahoma. How many do you think we have?
If it's not 6, it's like 25, I think.
Oh, I was going to probably say in the hundreds, close to 1,000.
46.
46?
Yeah. A lot more than I thought.
That's a lot of different kind of snakes.
How many of them do you think are venomous?
6.
You guys have rattlesnakes here? I haven't been around. It's probably, considering your face, I'm going to say like 15.
7.
7. Damn, that's pretty good.
Well, I was going to ask you, do you know what the most poisonous one is?
I don't know. Rattlesnake? Do you guys get rattlesnakes
It's
here?
what is it? It's the timber rattlesnake, because we have several kinds of rattlesnakes.
But it's based off the head of the shape of its head, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the more diamond it is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's more venomous.
Okay. We should travel with Juan everywhere we go. He'll save us. He knows
Yeah,
wildlife.
you gotta be careful when you go out there. You can't just start touching random stuff.
Yeah. So, and of the like 7 snakes that are venomous, only 2 of them will kill you.
The timber rattlesnake?
And another type of rattlesnake, like a wolf or a wolverine rattlesnake.
Sounds fucking terrifying.
It started with a W.
Yeah.
But most of the other ones, like the water moccasin, that snake will just kind of like it'll just kind of eat away at your skin a little bit. And so you just need to like go to the doctor, and like there might be some bone and tissue damage, but it's not anything that's going to kill you.
Just part of you might rot away for a second, and then you'll be fine.
I mean, they didn't make it sound like you needed to hurry.
Well, they're not trying to freak you out. They want you to keep watching the show.
They want you to come to Oklahoma still. They're like, don't worry. Come. We do have these snakes, but don't worry.
Fine.
Don't worry.
Well,
don't
plus
worry.
too, you're not supposed to like, have a bunch of like, what is it called? Anabolic activity where your heart rate goes up, because that'll just push the poison through your system and stuff faster.
Yeah, pumps your blood.
Yes. But there was a movie that was like the opposite of that. Crank.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Where he always had to keep his heart beating fast, because if it slowed down.
Wouldn't
He had a transplant.
explode or something? Yeah. Every high school boy's fucking question: if your boy got fucking bit in the penis,
Would you suck
would you
it?
suck it?
And what did you say when you were asked?
I said yeah for the homies.
Of course,
I would do it.
of course.
First off, you don't have to deep throat his whole cock.
No, just the bite area. That's
what I always
exactly
fucking, yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, you don't have to. You can go like.
Anytime I said yes, they'd be like, "Oh, so you're giving a blowjob?" I'm like, "I did not say I deep
It's
throat
not like
his
it's gonna
cock."
get hard after he gets bit.
Yeah, you think they're gonna be ready to go?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm so turned on.
He's like, man, I got bit by a snake. I'm getting a BJ.
Oh, is that cum or is that venom? I can't tell.
He's like, I don't know. Hold on.
I'm dying.
Is it cum or is it venom? That's fantastic. That's
I don't know. Does it sting your tongue?
Does it burn down your throat?
okay.
Starting to feel sick.
So it was awesome.
Let me suck it out of your mouth.
There were so many animals that we were appreciating this week. It was also Guinea Pig Appreciation Day.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Today, I think. Today is Guinea Pig Appreciation Day. So,
You guys ever have a guinea pig growing up?
No.
did you?
I didn't either.
No, I didn't either. Okay. Damn.
Fuck
okay.
them guinea pigs.
Well, then this will be even best, because I have questions
Okay.
about the guinea pig. So, how many hours a day do you think a guinea pig is active?
4.
I was gonna say 4.
20.
Holy fuck.
Really?
They only sleep for 4 hours a night. They're just constantly awake, because
Really?
they're all prey. That's all they are in the
that makes
wild.
sense,
They're just prey.
But what about like one that's like domestic for your house?
Yeah.
Even then.
20 hours, yeah. So I've never had a guinea pig, but I had an ex's mom who was super into guinea pigs. And so she had a couple, and they legit would have to keep the guinea pigs in a house or in a room on the opposite end of the house from their bedroom, because they would just hear their wheels squeaking at all hour at the
And don't
night.
they make those noises like?
Yep. How many noises are unique to the guinea pig? How many different sounds do they make?
I've never heard of that. I'm just gonna say 10.
Okay.
Those are gonna be my guess. I'm gonna go with 20.
I was gonna say pull up Price is Right. Go one up.
I'll go.
Yeah, I was gonna say go 11.
I'll go 11.
11. Good job.
11?
Yeah, it's 11. Yeah. They make 11 different noises, but
You
that
just made that up.
no, I have it written down.
Yeah, but I could just write it down.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I could show you. I could show you.
No, I believe you. I
could show
believe
you
you.
the site. I could show you the site.
That was
Plus,
funny.
man, I know, like, I'm so scared of like saying the wrong thing, even if it's a joke, but like saying something that's not true or correct, and then having everybody just blow up.
Yeah.
That's wrong. You're a fucking idiot.
that was-
Like, I don't want to piss off guinea pig lovers.
How you're always talking about sloths have chlamydia or whatever, right?
No,
You're saying
koalas. Yeah.
Wow.
I saw a video of someone and they like, oh my God, this little baby koala. And they like, grabbed it off the street and put it in the side. And literally all I thought was, this motherfucker's got chlamydia.
If he scratches you, you
Yeah.
got chlamydia.
Touches like ET, ET touches you.
He's like STD.
I don't like that. Okay, so in the wild, how big of the colonies are for guinea pigs? How many of them do you think live together?
Like the population.
No, not the population. Like
No, but like in a colony.
in their colony. In the wild.
15.
Just picturing guinea pigs in the wild makes me laugh.
I was going to say 40.
5 to 10. They keep kind of small groups.
Pretty small.
I was gonna say
they-
because otherwise they get attacked easily. Like,
Yeah.
picked up.
Yeah.
They get spotted.
Yeah. They also, how many toes do you think they have?
16.
7.
They have 7.
They have 7.
They have 7 toes on each side. On each side, they have 7. So 14 altogether. But I
was saying all together. That's what I was saying.
Oh.
Not by.
Yeah, they have 7, and I think that's so cute. I'm like, 7? It's an odd number. Why are y'all so weird?
Imagine having like 2 more fingers or like
right
2 more
here.
toes.
Well, they have 4 on the front, and they have 3 on the back. They just have 3 little toes on the back.
So like this.
So they're not good climbers.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
But does it help for digging or what? I don't.
They're just hiders. They just hide. That's how they survive. They just hide under things.
Like,
That's all they can do.
They're small enough.
Yeah. They hide and they're quiet. That's what they try to do. Except they're very social. They like to talk to each other a lot.
That's why they're always like, me, 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 me.
Yep.
They're fucking shooting a podcast at 1 a.m. You're like, shut the fuck up.
Where did they originate? Guinea pigs. Where do we think they came from?
like, are you saying country or?
I'm just going to pick a continent.
Okay. Pick a continent.
Guinea pigs. Oh, I don't know. I know. I'm like trying to think like, what would their natural habitat be?
I was gonna say Canada or something.
South America.
South America.
The
Yeah.
only reason I know that is because
How'd they get here?
The Andes is where
Okay.
they're from. I don't know how.
I know they
Probably white people vacationed to the Andes and thought they're so cute and picked them up and took
Put
them
in my
home.
pocket.
Yeah. Yep. That's probably what
because they
happened.
eat them in South America. I know that.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's like a
They eat
delicacy.
rats too. Yeah, they eat rats.
It's a delicacy, and then they say it's actually,
Oh, they're so sweet.
but it's easier to like cultivate.
Like you said, they're prey. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're so sweet.
But like, think about how much,
so intelligent.
think about how many guinea pigs you could fit in this room to feed X amount of people versus like what 2 cows can fit in here. Sure, cows have a lot more meat and stuff like that, so it's probably, but it's like easier to like deal with.
Yeah.
to like reproduce a cow,
Yeah.
it takes longer.
I would like to say we could probably get 3 cows in here, but yeah, to your point.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Two
they're
here
sitting
side by
right
side,
now.
and the one right there.
Yeah, and one could have a little area over
Yeah.
there.
Pretty good.
Yeah, there's cows by my house if you want to pick one up.
Yeah, but they probably belong to someone, and I don't want to steal someone's
They got like
cows.
50 back there. They're not gonna know one's missing.
Most of the time, they also have trackers on them too. So I would take the cow, and they'd just show up at my house, and I'd be like, "Fuck."
They'd be like, we actually need 2 more. Can you just bring them over here? We're trying to figure out
God.
if we can fit.
Like, oh, my wife found out I bought 3. Can you just hide them for me?
Yeah.
Okay, how good do you think their vision is, guinea pigs?
Like what, 2020 or what?
I was going to say their vision's probably bad. They can only see things that are up close.
I'd say far, I guess.
So that's the one thing that's actually beneficial for them because of the way their head is shaped. They can see above them and behind them all the time. So they see almost everything that's happening around them all the time.
They're like almost living in fucking third person.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
what's it called? Like the camera that's a wide angle.
Oh, the fisheye lens?
Yeah, fish eyes. That's what they have. Oh, that's
Yeah.
weird.
That's crazy.
Okay. And then last one. How long do you think they live?
5 years.
I was going to say, I think it's like 10 years.
14.
That's pretty good.
Motherfuckers can live forever.
Yeah. That's fucking...
Well, they're small, so
I know. And small things, I feel like,
what do they eat?
normally can live longer. They love vegetables. They like their greens and they eat hay. Lots of hay. So what else eats hay? Horses? So I guess if you have like stables, you could also have some guinea pigs.
Yeah.
You could have a guinea pig farm and a horse farm.
Grab a handful,
Next to your
drop it
cows.
in there, and you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah. You probably could.
Yeah.
That just makes me sad now that people are eating guinea pigs.
It's supposed to be pretty good. I think it was Ari Shafir when COVID hit. He just like went down to South America and like just didn't deal with it. But he was talking about it. He was like, "It's delicious." He was like, "I can't look at it." Like he literally was like, "I can't like."
Well, how
You
big
know.
are they? Are they like this big?
They're like,
Yeah,
I
how much
mean,
meat do you get out of it?
they can get like this big probably.
Probably like a little, you know,
I mean, you could probably,
chicken feet.
Without the hair, though, it's probably a little bit small.
yeah, it's probably enough meat for like 2 people, I would think. One guinea pig.
A good sized guinea pig, probably. Yeah.
Not just meat, like meat with other
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. But so it's,
Guinea pig on a stick. You never know.
I
I think that's what he said. He had.
you are having to kill a lot to feed a lot of people, but they don't take up as much land. So it's probably a lot easier.
And it's also, they're not going to, you know, for like cows, how much are cows going to eat and drink and stuff like that?
Right.
Versus, you know, the little fucking water bottle that feeds 5 of them in a cage or whatever.
yeah.
It rains and that's enough.
Yeah.
Really the only animal that you probably can't have with your guinea pig is rabbits. Rabbits bully the fuck out of guinea pigs. Didn't know that, but rabbits will bully the fuck out of a
Really?
guinea pig.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, just like
That's
fucking
hilarious.
kick them. Like they're just so small.
Like, yeah, the guinea pig's like,
Just starts rolling away.
fucking kick them anime style.
Yeah, I just felt really bad.
Damn.
But so now we know something about guinea pigs and snakes. I thought it'd be good to learn like snakes of Oklahoma because, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know anything about like the.
And I tried to look up the most common snake and I could not get an answer.
I think it's the one that like just chills in your grass, but I forget what it's called.
garden snake?
A garden
Yeah, I
snake.
think
I was
that's
gonna
the
say
one.
that the top options that kept coming up was a copperhead snake, which I think is very similar to a garden snake.
Yeah.
And then a rat tail snake, which also looked exactly like a garden snake. So maybe
So they all
we
look
don't
the
even
same.
have garden snakes. Maybe we just we're
It's the
calling them the
category,
wrong
yeah.
thing.
Categorized.
We're all calling them garden snakes and they're not. They're copperheads and rat tails.
There's some scientists somewhere like, these guys are.
Well, you know, like when people call it in, they're probably like, "What's a garden snake?"
That's what I would say. Yeah, because it's the only term I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I've heard of like cotton snake, rattlesnake, and then a python, and it's not any of those. So it's
They're like, well, I didn't
it's
hear a
something
rattle.
else.
It's a garden snake.
Oh, and there's also boa constrictors. I know those too.
Those are terrifying.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You
Yeah.
paused for a second. I was like, no, they're fucking.
No, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the python that like was hanging on me. You know, like they'll bring the big,
no.
big
I mean,
friendly snakes, and I was
Boa
like,
constrictor that'll like eat a small
but then
child.
right
and
as soon as I
eat them.
heard boa constrictor, I was like, I wasn't holding a boa constrictor. That would have killed me, right?
Could have tried. Oh man.
I've never.
Or like, could you imagine? What if we ate like how snakes did, where we like dislocate our jaw and just like swallow everything whole? Like you're like, oh, this steak, the one tomahawk. You're just like,
And you literally see the shape of the steak
Yeah.
through your neck as it goes down.
slowly
That, I wouldn't enjoy that. It hurts.
It's like, are you bloated? Yeah, just a little bit. Just the shape of
Just a little
patty.
bit. Yeah, just the bone of the tomahawk steak.
Yeah.
Yes. That would be,
Let's play ring toss.
everybody would see how much, then everybody could like physically see how much I eat. I don't feel comfortable with that.
Or like, you know
It's gonna
how...
be cookies and
yeah, they'll be
more
like, oh my
sugar
God,
cookies.
why? There's so many cookies in your arms, Haylie.
The 12-pack lined up again.
Yeah,
Your
it's
stomach.
just the whole sleeve of Oreos is like right here. I'm like, no, I didn't eat. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I haven't eaten
Like,
anything.
Who fucking ate my...